Democrats in Washington and the media continue to insist the presidential election was fair and accurate despite ongoing reports of massive voter fraud. One America's Pearson has more.
So far, there's significantly more evidence of voter fraud in the 2020 elections than there ever was of Russian interference in 2016. Even the chair of the Federal Election Commission, Trey Traynor, says he fully believes that voter fraud is occurring in states that continued counting ballots for days after the election. Traynor says our election process is based on transparency, which he says hasn't been allowed in many cases. A great example is in Detroit, Michigan, where ballot observers were removed from a room where ballots were being counted and cardboard was taped across the windows so no one could see what was happening. Literally, the exact opposite of transparency. Another example of apparent voter fraud comes from Michigan as well, where GOP chairwoman Laura Cox reported Friday that some 6,000 votes cast for Donald Trump were instead given to Joe Biden. Election officials claim the glitch was really just a user error, but that means that tampering with the outcome of the election is as easy as one person changing the results. And this one quote-unquote error had a significant impact on the election. Before it was discovered, the error flipped a reliably Republican county, giving it to Biden. That glitch also gave Democrat Melanie Hartman a victory in Michigan's Oakland County 15th Commission District, when it was actually won by Republican Adam Kochendorfer. And when people in Michigan began using the state's official website to check for dead voters, that government website was mysteriously shut down. That's cause for alarm because as of Michigan's primary this August, there were at least 847 dead people registered to vote. And 4 of those who were recorded as voting were born before 1902, making them older than the oldest human alive today. After receiving numerous complaints, the website has since been restored, though no explanation has ever been given for why it was blocked in the first place. Across the country in Nevada, a whistleblower with the Clark County Elections Department has submitted a sworn affidavit claiming poll workers were fabricating proof of residence so that illegal aliens could vote in the election. This follows an announcement from Matt Schlapp that some 9,000 ballots were cast in the state from residents who no longer live in Nevada, making them all illegal. Witnesses apparently backed that up with reports of a van marked Biden-Harris unloading boxes of ballots to a counting center in Nevada, with the ballots apparently being filled out and the envelopes resealed. But none of this should come as a surprise, as Judicial Watch announced in October that some 350 counties across 29 states had nearly 2 million more registered voters than eligible voting-age citizens. And in many states, we've already seen clear examples of counties with over 100% voter turnout. In the critical state of Pennsylvania, some 600,000 ballots are under scrutiny after being counted without any poll watchers to observe the process, as required by law. Sidney Powell, one of President Trump's lawyers, has also claimed that software known as Hammer and Scorecard were being used to steal votes from Trump and give them to Biden.
I think there are any number of things they need to investigate, including the likelihood that 3% of the vote total was changed in the pre-election voting ballots that were collected digitally by using the Hammer program and a software program called Scorecard.
Even though this information is readily available, all the other networks, even so-called conservative networks, are downplaying or refusing to credit just how important it really is. However, One American News believes the American people have a right to know what's happening because the fate of an election and an entire country hangs in the balance. Pearson Sharp,